Yo, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to a brand new video on the channel. Inside of today's video, I'm going to give you guys the 10 easiest brawlers to prestige right now in Brawl Stars, whether it's prestige 2 or prestige 3, because believe me, with these strategies you can easily get prestige 3 as well, because these brawlers are just insane on a particular game mode or whatever else. So make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you're not already. And let's jump into the list. So I've done about 10 for now, but if you guys want me to go more in depth on, like, I don't know, the best brawler for every single mode map, that kind of stuff, let me know. But yeah, we'll start off with Chuck and Heist. Yeah, very simple and very obvious, right? Chuck, it's not really a hard brawler to play, right? You just always need, most Heist maps, you just need 3 posts to set up towards the safe. You don't need to do anything fancy. Just do the standard. Just do it in a straight line, and you're good. The problem with Chuck, the Chuck is like you can counter Chuck when it comes down to ranked or competitive. But when you're playing ladder, most of the brawlers that people play, you know, like the Colts or the Jessies, I don't know, those types of brawlers, Chuck's always good at there. When you're pushing with a Chuck, you need to make sure that you're running maybe like a good damage brawler as well, but then you need a good defensive brawler. So whether, again, that's like a Charlie, Cordelius, Amber, those types of brawlers that can at least defend a little bit. Your sole goal with Chuck is just to only go for the safe. So yeah, pretty plain and simple, the easiest brawler to play. Next brawlers you need to be pushing in this meta in particular, I had to group them into 3. Well, they're all different brawlers, right? But it's the Bull BB Serious. I know, it's kind of disgusting that I'm even saying this. It's very obvious by now. I told you guys when the meta shifted, when the balance changes happened, it was very obvious who the best brawlers were. Now, after like a couple of weeks, people are finally kind of clinging on to that. But it's the most broken pair, and it's pretty much unbeatable. I mean, there's a few brawlers that might be able to counter it. I mean, if you're good enough, you can counter it for sure, you know, with like a Shirley, or, you know, open up the map with a Colt, etc. But the longer the game goes on, you know, the longer it takes for BB to get hypercharge, Bull to get hypercharge, Serious to start just spamming shadows everywhere. These 3 brawlers just feel pretty much undeniably unbeatable. They're just absolutely broken. So just, I mean, it's shameful to say, but push them before they receive a nerf, because it won't be long before all of these brawlers receive a nerf. Next brawler you should easily prestige right now is Doug. And you might be thinking, well, Doug isn't like the greatest brawler in the game right now, but there's a few cheesy strategies with Doug. The first couple are within knockout. So Doug is so easy to push in knockout because, again, you get a lot of randoms in knockout that just, they don't understand how to counter a Doug cheese composition. The way that you want to play a Doug cheese composition is you and your teammates just want to take as much damage as carefully as possible, if that makes sense. You want to receive a lot of damage so then Doug can heal you up, and then he can farm his hypercharge just from healing you and the team. And then you send like a Janet with super into the enemies, hypercharge the Janet before she jumps in, and you can just keep spamming that hypercharge super, hypercharge attack, and just kill everyone from the skies. You've got the same with Gray as well. There's probably a few other cheesy strategies as well. You know, you can maybe even do like cheese with like Kit and like other brawlers like that. And then you can even use Doug on like 5 versus 5 wipeout, for example. There's a lot of cheese opportunity for Doug. It doesn't take any skill. The next brawler you should look to make an easier prestige with is Mandy. So Mandy sometimes can take a little bit of skill depending on the player you're facing off against, right? But in 5 versus 5, it's the most unskillful game mode in the game right now. Well, Showdown might actually override it, but 5v5 is just so unserious, and that's where all of the, I don't know, the cheesy trophy pushers go to 5 versus 5, because it's just so simple, and you can just play a variety of brawlers. Like, you're not going to get exposed for playing badly because you got another 4 teammates, right? So the cheesiest strategy, I mean, you can use Mandy on multiple game modes, but it's normally wipeout 5 versus 5 or Brawl. It's just so easy because brawlers will just line up for you. You'll just, you know, there's 5 people to aim at, and all you need to do is hit 2 people with it, and you gain your super back, and you get a hypercharge, etc. And especially in wipeout, you pair it with like an 8-bit, you pair it with, again, like a Doug or something. If you get the lead, it feels impossible to push into a Mandy in an 8-bit. So yeah, it's just the easiest prestige. The next brawler you must be looking to prestige is Crow. So pretty plain and simple, right? Crow, I think right now is the top 2 brawler inside of the meta. But a good thing about Crow, you can play him in multiple game modes and multiple situations. He's one of the best brawlers in Brawl right now. He's actually a semi-decent counter to like BB, Bull, etc. because you got the slow gadget, and you just got a lot of damage with carrying Crow and the hypercharge. And then you got Gem Grab. You can play him as a gem carrier or even as a lane. Heist as well with the hypercharge. There's just so many situations to play Crow on, making him the perfect brawler to prestige. And again, he's a top 2 brawler in the game. It's just simple. He's very meta. The next brawler must be looking to prestige ASAP has to be B. So again, B is like C or B tier inside of the meta, but B is such a hard carry brawler when it comes down to Brawl Ball, when it comes down to 5 versus 5 as well. B is exceptional on ladder because you face it, right? Like on ladder, it's very different to ranked. Ladder, people just play like the most popular brawlers. They just play the most fun brawlers a lot of the time. They play the most broken brawlers. Well, let's take a look at the most broken brawlers. Bull and BB, for example. And what counters Bull and BB? Well, B doesn't completely shut them down, but B is fantastic against tanks. If you pair B with like a Colt or even like a Bull or something that can break open walls just a little bit, like a Frank even. I mean, Frank's not the greatest in the Brawl Ball meta, but you get what I mean. The more open the map, the better it is for B. I'm finding B just so easy to push in Brawl Ball and in 5 versus 5 as well. Again, a hard carry pick. She might not be meta, and if you're not the best of players, it might be a little bit harder to make B work. But I just think it's free on ladder. The next brawler must be looking to push with prestiges has to be Glowbert. So I was going to say Glowbert, Glowy, whatever you guys want to call, bro. Just push him, okay? He's broken. I've been saying since he came out, and people are finally listening to me. I don't know how many times I need to reiterate myself. He is so insane. It's so hard to counter this brawler. There's a couple of counters. I mean, in ladder, you can probably find a counter to him, like Crow. But, yeah, in duels, he just seems impossible to take on. If he gets within your range just once, you just can't take him down. Like, it's impossible. It's actually impossible. He just melts you every single time. So you can also play him in Brawl Arena as well. He's pretty broken. You can play him in open maps. Any open map and bounty knockout is very cheesy. So yeah, there's multiple game modes you can push this broken brawler. Next brawler must be looking to prestige ASAP because it's so easy. It has to be Shelly. Well, you can also count in Cordelius here as well. I mean, I don't play Showdown at all. It's just very cheesy, but it's always the meta. Shelly's always the meta, and Shelly's a bit better now because of the buffies, and you've got Band-Aid as well, and any like tanks, just really good. Shelly's always been good in Showdown. I don't want to go into too much detail about Showdown pushing because, again, I think it's very unserious and people should go over to 3 versus 3 so they actually learn a lot more about the game. And yeah, Brawl Stars is a 3 versus 3 game, right? But yeah, you can't deny that Shelly is so easy to push in Showdown. Same goes with Cordelius as well. So good as 1 versus 1 brawler. So good at shutting down assassins and tanks and everything like that. And that's what Showdown's about, right? It's all about 1 versus 1 interactions. The next brawler must be looking to push ASAP has to be Pierce. So Pierce is like completely broken in Brawl Arena, by the way, because you get your ammo shells back from the bots. So you can chain from the bots that go down the lane like crazy. Your super you can also use in the middle when there's 4 bots to get even more ammo pieces, and it just makes Pierce an unlimited ammo spraying machine, and it's like impossible to push into a good Pierce in Brawl Arena. Yes, Brawl Arena is very cheesy and plays so much differently to 3 versus 3, but if you want a game mode where I think it's actually kind of popular, to be honest, after looking at the data, if you want to look at like an unserious game mode where like 0 good players will be on, Brawl Arena is a free prestige. So yeah, Pierce, it's just so easy to play him on this game mode. So now moving into the final brawler, and it pains me to say this because Rico is one of my main brawlers, and he used to be a pretty skillful somewhat skillful brawler to play, right? Yeah, he's just brain dead in this meta, and especially in Brawl Ball. Brawl Ball's going to be the game mode where you just destroy everybody with, because with Rico, his unload speed is so fast that it's like impossible to miss shots. So you have unlimited reload, his unload is fast, his hypercharge is broken, his gadget is really good at defending himself. And again, you'll find yourself, there's so many good Rico maps in the Brawl Ball rotation right now, and you find yourself just destroying and running through loads of balls, BBs, tanks, you name it. Brawl Ball is just his perfect playground. I mean, he's usable in other situations as well, but Brawl Ball is by far his best game mode, and it's so easy. I didn't even have to blink when playing Rico in Brawl Ball. So that's going to be it for today's video, guys. Let me know down in the comment section below whether I've missed out on any cheesy strategies, but I think these are the most cheesiest ways or easiest ways to get prestiges in Brawl Stars. And again, if you're looking for an easy prestige free, one of these 10, sorry, will easily be one of the easiest 10 prestige frees to get. So that's going to be it. Hope you guys enjoyed. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.